Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. Today is my birthday and I'm just going to do a little quick kind of mixed media paint and watercolor and gouache painting today, and I have a little bit of reference I'm using, but mostly I am just trying to do a dramatic sky, some water, and a little sand and beach grass because I would really like to be there today, but that will have to wait till next weekend. Anyway, so let's get on with it. So I'm just going to do a very light sketch just to get my bearings on where I generally want things. Try and make sure my horizon is not going up. And really that's about it. Okay. Grab my big mop brush, my quill, and I'm going to wet the sky. I'm using the Speedball pad of paper that I talked about in a previous video. It's this Arnhem 1618. Make sure you can see that. There we go. I like it. I think it's small, but it does a nice job. And I'm just going to get some Jane's Gray going here. It was a really stormy day when I took the photo that I'm roughly using. The wind was blowing and the waves were going, and it was very, very cool. There was like a band of clouds at the horizon. Might seem a little odd, but that's how she was. Okay. And I'm going to use some cobalt teal, a little sap green, a little indigo, and a little cobalt. There's just always this really dark band of teal. Don't really want it bleeding into my sky. I should have waited. It's okay. I find painting is a lot of give and take, do and correct, back up, go forward. And that's okay. A little green in my sky, but I am okay with that. Now, I want to gray this down a little bit. Just a touch of Venetian red, which is a complement, kind of, to the greenish color is a reddish color. And it gets lighter. And I'm trying to leave some white space, although I'm probably going to go over it with some gouache. But that's okay, because it gives me a map to kind of use to where I'm going to go with my white. And then I find that it gets a little bit of purple tint at the shore where it's the wet sand, which works well with our sky because it kind of carries the sky into the water. And that I want to merge into the sand, which I'm going to take some sepia, and I'm going to add a little quin rose to my sepia, and then I'm going to add a little titanium buff, depending on watercolors, or and a little bit of white. Maybe a little dark in there, a little neutral more. Okay, and I want that very thin. And I'm brushing over my purple too. And now that is going over the whole. Bottom half here. go ahead and put it behind my beach grass because it is underneath the beach grass after all. Okay, now I might be able to get a cleaner line. Add a little indigo. Perfection is not my goal. Just going to blend that out a little bit. I would like some shadows in my sand. So I'm getting some more sepia. A little indigo to darken it up a little bit. A little blue-gray, and I'm going to put some of the Quin Rose back in there. Now, going back into my Payne's Gray, or Jane's Gray is what it is on this palette. Okay, now let's work on our grass. So a little, let's turn my mixing area. Get some sap. I rarely use sap by itself, but I do use it a lot. Add a little cobalt. And I would like to just maybe dull it down just a smidge, so try adding just a little Quin Rose. That's a little more dull than I want it to be. More blue. There. Now, a little bigger brush, or a little smaller brush. So that backwards. I don't know how much beach grass studying you've done, but it grows in like clumps. I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit. It's also very much windswept on this day. Want some of these to have some darker aspect, a little more shadow. So I added some indigo. A little different than what I intended, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, I would like to do is add a little I'm drawing a blank here. Yellow ochre. Add a little yellow ochre. like a little yellow ochre. Dulled down with a little white gouache in it. I don't know why I'm having such problems with my control right now, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let that bug me too much if I can help it. Just take a flat brush and just guide that a little bit. I would like to do this with my right hand, but it's hard to do that when we're recording, so. There we go. Okay. Now, I think I want to do take this brush get some green, yellow, behind my grass. Okay, real quick here, let's get another version of green in here. And use the gouache aspect here that I was talking about at the beginning. Especially to get these the windswept idea. Green is still a little wet under there. I think that gives us the whole windswept look. Those also have a little hint of the white, the light bouncing off of the top of them too, so I might try and do that on a couple. Okay. Now let's just get a couple more detail-y things in. Going to get some fresh white gouache. That's what's in my palette is a little contaminated right now with green. I'm going to work on my waves. With waves, I don't worry about getting it to look exactly like the wave I am using for reference as much as generic waves, unless the picture is, the painting is strictly about like one specific wave that I really want to capture that particular wave, then I might do it differently, but for our purposes in this, I just want to get the idea that there's a crazy surf. For some reason, I seem to have gotten green on my white, and that's not what I wanted. So let's try that again. Might be better served letting that dry first. In the meantime, let's take some white gouache and give it a little I don't really want it in the scary part of the sky. And I would like to get a little, move things a little bit. I'm gonna get a little beachy, sandy spatter. And that I do want to cover, because that is a whole different ball game. That went a little further than I would like it to in some instances. I don't mind if it's looks like there's a rock in the water. That's fine. All right, I would like still to get in here with white and not green. There we go. Kind of glistening. Okay. Trying to darken up my horizon a little bit. That's what adds to the drama too. Right. I'm going to sign my name. I'm going to take the tape off. So if you've stuck around this long, it'd be lovely if you could give me a like, and if you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe, and if you hit the cute little bell, you'll be notified of any future videos. And yeah, you can see the sun is coming in my window here. You can help me out with a one-time buy me a cup of coffee. That's a link in my description below the video. Get this so you can see it a little better without the glare. And if you'd like to, please check out my Etsy shop, where I have prints of my artwork and some originals and cute little monsters for sale. And I hope to be getting a shop update pretty soon. I haven't managed to do that quite yet. And thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.